Hello, my food mood friends. Welcome back. Chandra's Odyssey. It's the last week of the year, and I've got a special episode for you, the 12 reasons that it is time to sign up for my program, invest in your health, and get the vitality that you want in your health.
Welcome! Here is your hostess and coach, Chandra, helping people make food and mood changes doable without missing out. Go ahead, high five that like button, subscribe and share while you're there.
So it's the holidays. It's one of my favorite times of year. I love the Christmas music. I love the time with friends and family. I love the lights, the music. It's one of my favorite times. And so I know that I'm here in your holiday week, and it's also a time of year where a lot of people are making their New Year's resolutions and figuring out what they want for the next year. And so I thought it was just a really perfect time to dive into the 12 reasons that it's time that you're wanting to invest in your health and how you can use my program to take your health to the next level. So I'm going to go through the 12 reasons, and then I'm also going to talk about how my program works with each of those reasons. And I'm going to read a little bit because I want to get all of the words. I wrote them out, which I don't always do. So reason number 1 is you want balance. You want balance in your work life. You want balance in your hormones. You're wanting to create balance. So one of the ways that I work with my clients in my program is to really get clear on what is it that we're wanting. So what kind of balance do you want? How do you want to feel through your day? And then how do you actually create that by how you're showing up, how you're spending your time, how you're meal prepping, how you're managing your stress. And there's these factors, diet, stress, and lifestyle, that create balance in your body, in your life, in your work, in your family, in you.
Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm in the Dead Sea, floating in the water. Go ahead and like and share and follow so we can keep in touch.
Reason number 2, you need to nourish your body. You're even feeling a little nutrient starved. You're feeling maybe exhausted at the end of the day. You're feeling a little depleted, and you're wanting to nourish your body. You're wanting to figure out, okay, how can I use foods to really create health, to create vibrancy, to create this feeling of nourished in your brain, in your body, in your health. So what I help people do is really connect the dots on, okay, what foods are you eating and how are they making you feel? What's going on internally with your brain and your emotions, and how do we get you to a place where you're choosing foods that nourish you, connecting the dots of oh, I notice when I eat these foods, I feel really good. When I eat these foods, I don't feel good. So really connecting the dots and fostering that connection to nourishing yourself. Reason number 3, you're scared of getting cancer and want to prevent disease. This is a big one that a lot of my clients come into. This is one of the really big points of I'm noticing that there's one of the things a few clients have said, I'm noticing all of these people in my life in their 20s and 30s are getting cancer and getting all of these serious diseases, and I'm wanting to prevent this for myself. I'm wanting to figure out what I can do to lower that risk of cancer and disease. And the way that my program is built is to really address the basics, diet, stress, and lifestyle, that accumulate to our health. So we're either eating foods and living in certain stress states that deteriorate our health, or we're eating foods that and regulating our stress internally that is allowing our body to do its job of healing and maintaining and preventing disease. Health is an accumulation. And so we're either accumulating issues in our tissues, we're accumulating inflammation, or we're taking daily small actions that actually create an internal state of health. Reason number 4, you want to invest in getting to know your own body's unique needs. So I have this concept in my program that I call Own Body Expert, and it really addresses like how when we're kids, we're really taught to ignore our body's cues. You know, finish your plate. When I was a kid, my parents were like, you know, fish is healthy, you need to eat fish, until I had anaphylactic shock. My body was saying no, but my parents like kind of taught me to override that, listening to my body. And so Own Body Expert is this really way that I teach my clients how to re-foster and re-listen to your body's needs. Now, there's definitely processed foods that hijack our brains and hijack our taste buds. And so I take you through a process where you go through a food reset and get your taste buds and your brain back to a place of understanding what whole foods feel like in your body, so that then at that point you can truly listen and trust your own body's cues, the hunger cues, the cravings, so that you're really in touch with what it is that your body is needing. Because I don't think that there is one diet that works for everyone, that it's really like some people function better on more grains, some people function better on more proteins, some people function better on more oil. And so really getting to that baseline where you can really listen to what is it that my body, my unique body, my genes, my place in life, my day, what is my body craving today? And so really getting to a place where you know your own body's unique needs. Reason number 5, you want actual tools to deal with your physical or emotional anxiety or depression at the root cause. So I work a lot with anxiety and depression, and there's 2 angles that I see that cause anxiety and depression. One of them is our relationship to our emotions, what we're doing, whether we're sucking it up and being strong and we're not feeling our feelings. And then the other one is actually the foods that we're eating actually cause anxiety and depression. So I work with it from both angles on how to internally be with yourself so that you're not, like I like to, like from an emotional angle, anxiety or depression, it's like, okay, well, your default is to not feel it. And so now how do we overcome that default and actually lean in and feel? But then there are also the physiological states of anxiety and depression that are caused from eating non-nutrient dense foods, eating foods that dysregulate us, that make us feel like off in our body. So I teach you how to like actually know how to eat foods that make you feel on versus make you feel off. Reason number 6, you want to give your kids healthy habits. Our little kids are watching everything we do. They're learning from us. They're learning our good habits. They're learning our bad habits. And there is no better time than when we have kids to give us that extra motivation of like, I want to do this for my kids. I want to do this for the next generation. I want to pass down a healthy relationship to foods, to life stressors. I want to be the example for my kids. It's one of the most powerful motivators for us big people to make changes, is for the little people in our life who are watching everything we do. Reason number 7, you want to get back into consistent self-care routine. So oftentimes we've had self-care and we've felt how good it feels to have that relationship to taking care of ourselves, whether that's eating nourishing foods or spending time with ourselves or getting massages or journaling or movement or drinking water or meal prepping or whatever the self-care routines are that you've had that you know made you feel good, but you've gotten off track. Your life has gotten busy. Maybe you have kids and you're just feeling like you just don't have time, but yet you're noticing the costs of that. And you're like, I know how good I feel when I am in a mode of having regular, consistent self-care. And so you're wanting to reinvest and bring that back into your life in a consistent and nourishing way for yourself so that you can feel better, show up better. Reason number 8, you want stress to roll off your back like water rolls off of a duck's back, because you realize that life will always have stressors. We can't control life. There are always going to be things, circumstances in our life that create stress. And most of us turn towards coping mechanisms to deal with stress. TV, comfort foods, scrolling, drinking, smoking. We turn towards things to kind of just in the moment relieve stress, but they actually harm our health habits. They harm our health. They're habits that harm our health. So what we can do is help you have it's what I teach in the first part of my program, is like actually how to deal with life stressors internally. So we can't control the stressors, but what we can control is how we're responding to them, how we're taking care of ourselves, as opposed to self-sabotaging and doing these habits that relieve stress in the moment, but that actually make us feel more off and drain our energy and make us not feel so great. So you're looking for root cause, not like little escape buttons. You're looking for root causes, the root cause of how to actually deal with your stress internally. So stress can just kind of roll off your back. So you can like, so you can go through life in a resilient, strong way, deal with life stressors, and not have the physiological states of stress in your body that harm digestion, that harm our immune system. And then we almost always like engage in habits that then further deteriorate our health. Reason number 9, you want to show up clear, grounded, patient, and present for your family and your work. So what I teach in my program is these simple steps to really creating this relationship with yourself, with your time, with your habits, in a way that create this clarity, grounded, patient, present. There's a number of components to it. There's mindset, there's relationship to your emotions, there's connection to what you're wanting, your measurable goal, the state that you're wanting to create. And I help you get into the nitty-gritty on how to actually create that from the inside. I have one client who, one of her biggest goals was, she's like, I want to have a rudder. I want to feel like I got my path, that I'm like not a boat just without a rudder floating around. I want to feel grounded. And her biggest motivation was for her kids and her grandkids. She's like, I want to show up clear and grounded. And so she exactly accomplished this goal. She's a raving client that's just like, oh my gosh, I just feel so different. I've actually had her kids reach out to me and just say, my mom has changed because of your program, and thank you, and can you do the same thing for me? So it's possible to actually create that state of grounded, clear, patient, present. Reason number 10, you want to put an end to short-term dieting and learn how to crave nourishing foods. So a lot of people think of health changes as like trying, white knuckling, using willpower to control their food, to control the way that they're eating. And what I teach in my program is how to actually crave nourishing foods, to really connect the dots and know the difference of which foods are making you feel which way, and decalibrate your taste buds, get your brain unhooked on over desiring processed foods, and really getting to a place of like, oh my gosh, I want a salad. I want these vegetables. I have countless times had clients come into their session like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm wanting to eat these foods that are nourishing me instead of the old foods that I used to eat. Like it's really powerful to come from this place of wanting nourishing foods versus trying to use willpower to not have the foods that are harming their health. Okay, reason number 11, you want accountability. So oftentimes my clients have already done a lot of these changes. They've already played with their diet. They've done different practices. They've had different self-care routines. And they're wanting a place where I want the accountability. I want to come in regularly and have you help remind me what I'm working on, help you figure out where I'm stuck. I want to be held. I want accountability. I want to have help along the way, which is exactly what I do. Every week you get a video where I teach about the lessons in theory. You get a lot of stories, a lot of concepts. In our coaching, we actually like focus in on where are we stuck, where are we struggling. I keep reminding you of like, okay, what is your measurable goal? What is it that you're wanting? How are you going to get there? There's self-tracking journals. So you're actually like thinking about it every day or as often as you want to journal about, okay, well, what happened today? What was the effect? What do I want? How do I need to do it differently? And we really get this accountability, this focus and this prioritization on what it is that you're wanting to create with your health. Reason number 12, which is very close to reason number 11, is you want a guide to help you. You're like, okay, I know that I probably could do it on my own, and I really want a guide to help me. I don't want to do all the research. I don't want to spend all the time. I don't want to take up all this brain space to try to do it on my own. I want a guide who has a process, who has a program that can really walk me through the steps, remind me, give me the shortcuts, give me the typical default problems that's so normal to our health struggles and our health changes. I want the shortcut. I want a guide to really help me through my journey. So that takes us through the 12 reasons of why and how my program can help you and where you're at to actually say yes to yourself, to investing in your time and your attention and your money into actually making the changes, actually creating the health that you want. Now, I have six more points. Signs it's not time for you right now. So here's some reasons that it's like, here, let me just walk you through, like, these are reasons to not sign up. So you can't imagine prioritizing 30 minutes in the kitchen every day plus an hour of weekly grocery shopping. So if that is just like unimaginable to you and you're like, no way, then my program's not for you. Now, if you can imagine 30 minutes in the kitchen every day, like creating, and look, my meals, I have a whole bunch of recipes for you to really get you started. I'm really into efficient cooking. I don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. My recipes are not time intensive. In fact, they're really, really simple. They're oftentimes I would say under 10 minutes a meal. You can have great meals every day that are nourishing you, and about an hour of grocery shopping every week. So if that sounds doable, but if it doesn't sound doable, then it's not for you. Reason number 2, it's not time for you. You'd rather watch TV in the evening or on a break or whatever extra time you have in the day. You'd rather watch TV than self-reflect, journal, watch my program videos, and spend time with yourself, learning, reflecting, evaluating, questioning, connecting to what it is that you're wanting to create. So if you'd rather watch TV, my program's not for you. Now, if you're resistant to things like therapy because you're not really wanting to be vulnerable, you're not really wanting to take responsibility, you're not really wanting to feel, you're not really wanting to self-reflect, you're not really wanting to invest in self-awareness, then my program's not for you. Last reason, you're looking for a magic pill. So with health, a lot of people think that there's a magic pill, whether it's a pharmaceutical, whether it's some 10-day fad diet. If you're looking for a magic pill, then my program's not for you. My program is not a magic pill. My program is really addressing the root cause of health, which is diet, stress, and lifestyle. So my program helps you actually make the diet, stress, lifestyle habit shifts to actually create your health, which is not a magic pill. It works, it's profound, but it's not a magic pill. It does require your time, your attention, your investment. Now, three signs it is exactly the right time. You're desperate. For whatever reason, whether it's your kids, yourself, a health diagnosis, you're desperate and at a place where you're like, I will do anything to shift, to make my health what it is that I want. Reason number 2, you're deeply curious. Curiosity is one of the most powerful change makers. So when we're curious, we're in this open learning state. And so if you're feeling curious, I wonder what foods I can eat and how good I could feel. I wonder how I can change my relationship to stress to drastically address the physiological stress in my body. If you're at this curious place, this is a great sign that you're ready. I don't know why I keep doing my eyes big. Sorry about that. It's weird. Third reason, you're ready to start yesterday. You're not in a place of putting it off, of saying tomorrow. You're like, I want these changes yesterday. I am more than ready. I have the 30 minutes a day to spend in the kitchen. I'm deeply curious. I'm desperate. I'm ready to give up my hour of TV to spend on myself. Okay? Oh, I just did the I thing again. I don't know why I'm doing the I thing. I think it's because I'm tired and my daughter's been sick and I'm probably fighting a little bit of a cold. So I'm kind of feeling like my eyelids actually want to be more lower than upper, so I'm trying to open my eyes. Okay, because sometimes we're not feeling amazing. And sometimes it's life. Life is 50-50, 50% easy and amazing and beautiful and 50% challenging and sickness and colds and losses and stressors, and yeah, life is 50-50. And we all want more of the 50% that's awesome and easy and great, and yet really embracing and learning how to deal with the 50% of life that is not so great is a foundational concept of my program, in really learning how to navigate that 50% of life that's hard and challenging and stressful in a way that we keep our self-care prioritized, we keep our health prioritized, we keep foods that make us feel on, we keep a mindset when it comes to stressors that decreases the physiological stress in our body. So that's a long episode today, but I think it's really important to really consider, what are your reasons for wanting to invest in your health? What are your reasons for your New Year's resolutions? What are your reasons for prioritizing your health? Now, these are all of the things that I help my clients with. These are all of the places that I take my clients from, their self-care being on the back burner, foods being, something that's just convenient, stress being something to escape, and really taking them to a place where they're prioritizing their self-care, prioritizing nourishing foods, prioritizing the internal work to navigate stressors in a really health promoting way. So sign up for my program. I have two options. I have a one-on-one coaching program that you really get my full undivided attention. And then my other option is I'm starting in January a group. I'm still trying to work on the words. It's my food and mood program. It's the exact same videos and the program content I've been taking my one-on-one clients through, and I'm making it as affordable as possible for all of you to really have access to my program, and also to have the amazing impact of making changes together, particularly with food. We all are wired to eat together, to break bread together, and one of the biggest missions in my business long-term is to and renormalize what food actually is. We have several friend groups who eat a lot of nourishing foods, and we're always so grateful, and look at our potlucks and our spreads and being like, oh my gosh, there's so much nourishing food here. And so I want more of that for you and your friends, the people that you eat with. You don't have to be a burden or trouble when you're wanting to focus on nourishing foods, that you could actually be an inspiration to the people around you, your family and your friends, to really, that you could actually help inspire your friends and family and really foster and strengthen that relationship that you have with, okay, what are the foods that make me feel on? What are the foods that make me create a good mood? What are the foods for my kids that help them regulate and help them focus and learn? It's simple, it works. And in January, I'm opening up a group option that You can come be with other people, witness other people's coaching, do coaching yourself live with us, and really make these changes that you're wanting with all of these reasons to make these changes. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Sign up for my program, either my one-on-one or my group. And I love you. Happy holidays. And I wish you all the best with your wellness and your health and your New Year's resolutions. And I would love to help you with your process through your journey. And yeah, thank you very much. Have a beautiful day. See you next week. See you in the new year.